I'm not brushing it off by saying it doesn't really matter who we play. Like, we got to go out and play, whether it's somebody everybody thinks is supposed to be good or not supposed to be good. We got to go out and compete and play. That's just the way it is for us.
How do you think you guys are set up to manage a backboard like Garland and Mitchell's and then kind of wage and create attack and also be level?
Yeah. Good question, man. First of all, those guys are really good. I mean, they are. I watched a lot of film on both of them here, and I mean, you just know, like, Mitchell's so explosive. His start-stop's incredible. His shiftiness. That's one of the things I say. Like, he's one of the guys in the league that'll make about 3 moves before he makes his move. He'll catch it and jab one way, and he'll start one direction and change it. Like he's just waiting to pick like a running back, waiting to see which hole to blast through, right? And yeah, and he's trying to get you off balance and not in front of him, right? So that's an interesting thing that he does. And again, he shoots it deep. He's powerful, explosive to the rim. And Garland just keeps getting better and better. Like, this guy can score in every way. So the question was, how are we equipped? I guess we're going to find out, right? I hope that we have some guys with the feet and length to bother them, right? We got to figure out how we're going to keep them in front of us to make them shoot over the top of some of that length. We'll have to make sure we challenge them, really hard. I think it is a tremendous challenge tonight, guarding those two guys. They're very powerful, efficient scorers in about every way.
And the injury report goes like this. Otto Porter Jr., Chris Boucher, Tim Birch, all definitely up for the Raptors. For the Cavs, Whittler, Diakite, maybe, and Ricky Rubio, maybe. The Cavs stuff is unconfirmed, but that's the way it was a couple of hours ago. This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050.
Did you catch gameplay?
Tom Brady, when you are great, you deserve special treatment, 100%, and especially when you're an older veteran. However, when he misses 10, 11 days during training camp, and we know it's for personal reasons, and this show hasn't ripped Brady for that, but when you do that, and now you get every Wednesday off, and then you flew and were away from the team so you could be at Bob Kraft's wedding, and you missed the walkthrough because, again, you were at Bob Kraft's wedding, it just feels like Tom Brady's getting a little extra special treatment, and I would not be surprised if members of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going, listen, both things can be true. You're the greatest of all time, but wow, are you pushing it to the limits this year, Brady?
And it also doesn't look good when the guy that you're going to the wedding of is the owner of another NFL team. Like, that doesn't look, if it was your own NFL team, that's one thing.
Yeah. Gameplay, weekday afternoons from 2 till 4 on TSN 1050.
I want winners.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Oh, hi. I'd like to apply for a loan so I can consolidate some of my debts.
Sure. Do you own your home?
Yes, but Carl, our resident ghost, keeps saying it's his house and we should get out.
Okay, but you are the registered owner.
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Hey, hear that, Carl? Huh?
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSR license 12616.
I'm having a hard time deciding what to get from 2-for-1 Pizza.
It's pizza. How hard can it be?
It's not just pizza. 2-for-1 Pizza has so many great choices like the plant-based garden pesto pizza, pizza and wings, the pizza and penne combo, and the sweet combo with apple fritter, just to name a few.
Ooh, decisions.
Check out all the great menu items at 241 Pizza. Visit 241pizza.com.
241 Pizza, 241. Here's the sweetest word in soccer. Go! Now, let's talk about the sweetest goal. As the official automotive sponsor of the Italian soccer trio of Insigne, Bernardeschi, and Crescito, the Zenkin Auto Group has ever only had one goal: to make your auto buying experience the best you've ever had. That's the way it always is at each of the 38 automotive dealerships who proudly say,
part of the Zenkin Auto Group.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Oh, hi. I'd like to apply for a loan so I can consolidate some of my debts.
Sure. Do you own your home?
Yes, but Carl, our resident ghost, keeps saying it's his house and we should get out.
Okay, but you are the registered owner.
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Hey, hear that, Carl? Huh?
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FISRA license 12616.
Peoples of the internet, I am Algorithm. Call me Al. My job is to take your job. Ha ha, just kidding. I am always full of funny ha ha pranks, like when you browse for an all-wheel drive online instead of serving up a capable Subaru.
At forward, number 21, Thaddeus Young. At guard, number 22, Malachi Flynn. At center, number 24, Cam Birch. At forward center, give it up and say, Chris Boucher. At forward, number 32, Otto Porter Jr. At center, number 35, Christian Paluco. At forward, number 41, Alonso Hernan Gomez. At forward, number 45, Dorado Beto. And the head coach of your Toronto Raptors is none other than Nick Nurse. It's now time to meet your Raptors starting five. We got it started at the forward by way of the UK. Wearing number 3, OG Anunoby. The NBA Rookie of the Year, number 4. Let's get it on with your boy, Scotty Barnes. Your All-NBA team forward, representing Cameroon, number 43, Spicy P, Pascal Siakam. From Columbus, Ohio, rocking number 33, he's tapped in. Get your hands clapping for Gary Trent Jr. And your Raptors NBA All-Star, rocking you from Rockport, Illinois, number 23, it's the man yourself, Steady Freddie VanVleet. Scotiabank Arena, once more, let's hear it for your 2022-2023 Toronto Raptors!
Well, there you have it. The entire kit and caboodle, the whole ball of wax, every member of the 22-23 team introduced. And the starting lineup was brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Beware of deep fake vehicles pretending to be Subarus. Don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal at your Subaru dealer with award-winning safety and symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. We're gassed up and we are ready to go here. Cars about to hit the road as the Raptors get set to take on the Cavaliers. Ray Acosta, Carl Lane, and Josh Tibbin will be your officials. Cleveland will wear the visiting black uniforms with the wine and beige colored C across the front. The Raptors will wear the home red. As we get set to tip it off, looking forward to another season of Raptors basketball. This one, hopefully somewhat a little bit more normal than the last two have been. And the Raptors getting set to start another season. Some juice in the building, Shep.
Some juice in the building like no other. Turn me up. You can just feel the energy. And this is one of the ones that you practiced so long. You've gone through a whole off season, worked on a lot of things. Guys are going to come out here. They're going to want to show what they worked on, right? There's going to be nerves. There's going to be anxiety. You got to calm those nerves and just muster up and channel this energy that one from the crowd, but also from just that excitement of playing, 5-on-5, competing again. You start every year competing for a championship.
Cleveland wins the tip, and they will bring it front court from right to left toward the B Street end of Scotiabank Arena. The 22-23 season is underway for the Raptors. Mitchell, far side, right wing. Gets it to Mobley. Mid-post extended, far side, right wing to Mitchell. 3 in the air, far side. Rattles, doesn't go. Rebound, Anunoby. First touch for the Raptors in red, coming left to right. OG up top. The hair freshly braided. Gets it to Siakam, down low. Kick to Trent. Swing it around. Anunoby, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, Siakam. Back, up and in. Pascal scoops up the loose change, and Toronto leads 2-0.
I like that start for Pascal, right? You see the aggression, identified, recognized a mismatch, went to the post, moved the ball, and got himself an offensive rebound. Active early.
Garland in the lane, kick out. Mobley, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Anunoby. Here comes Toronto on the run. Trent, pass into the corner, deflected, and it's knocked away. Barnes tried to save it. It went off his opposing number 4, Mobley, the runner-up in the Rookie of the Year balloting, and it'll go to Cleveland, a turnover by Toronto.
Gary Trent there just looked a little indecisive whether he didn't know whether he wanted to pass it or make a play in transition early.
Karis LeVert gets it to Allen, back to LeVert, far side. Now left hand to the middle, kick to Mobley, 3 near side, this one good. Mobley knocks it down. Cleveland takes a 3-2 lead. 10.5 first quarter.
And that's big time, right? Mobley there on that second side, just stretching the floor. Not expecting defense got to close out just a little faster.
Van Vliet gets it to Barnes. Drives in the lane on Allen. Step back, jumper in the air, good. Scotty knocks it down. 18 feet straight away, 4-3 Toronto. Bobbled it, Javon, but regained his composure.
Well, you want some improvement, right? What did he do there? Fake the handoff, gets into the mid-range there and just pulls up. Bobbles it, but he was still confident enough to take it.
LeVert, reverse layup, no good. Allen with the rebound. Kicks it out top. Mobley drives into the lane and is fouled. Trent might have got him before he got to Barnes. And no, they're going to say the foul is on Scotty Barnes. Mobley active early, a couple of shots, and now a trip to the strike.
Well, he's showing you his skill set, right? And don't think for 1 second, every time he has the opportunity to match up with the Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, you know, he wants a showcase, right? He may have a chip on his shoulder and feel like he may have gotten slighted a bit, right? And you're seeing his skill set, seeing him extend the floor early with the 3 and then getting into the paint at his size, Euro step and getting himself to the free throw line.
1 free throw, 4 apiece, 9:50 first quarter. Here come the Raptors left to right. Anunoby in the lane, wheels, stops, reverse, and then misses about a 10-footer in the lane. Back comes Garland. On the run, kicks it into the corner near side LeVert. Cleveland in the black, moving right to left. Mitchell to Garland, far side, shot clock at 8. Garland into the lane, the off-balance floater, no good. Rebound, they battle for it. Siakam comes away with it. Runs it front court. Raptors with numbers. Pascal drives, lays it up, no good, but he's fouled by LeVert. Pascal took it right at him, Javon.
I like when Pascal, you can just see that his poise, you can see in his eyes, he's in attack mode, and we've seen it early, right? That transition play here. He wasn't accepting nothing but a foul or a basket, taking it in control and gets himself to the free throw line. Now you get an opportunity to catch your breath, right? Shoot 2 free throws, but set up your defense. But we've seen it early, right? We've seen a post touch. We've seen him move the ball. We've seen him attack. And for him, you know, Pascal, when he gets going, when he gets his first 2 shots going or he gets 2 really good touches early, that mental aspect is gone. He's not thinking as much. He's more reactive.
Raptors last year 21st in the NBA at 21 free throw attempts per game, and Pascal knocks down the second one and gives Toronto a 5-4 lead. Raptors pick up full court. Siakam going to force Mobley to handle the ball. Mobley loses his footing and regains it. LeVert, shot clock already at 10. Up top against Anunoby, kicks to Mobley. On the dribble drive, down to the near side, into the lane, turnaround over Siakam, no good. Rebound, Jarrett Allen saves it. Cleveland gets another touch. Garland lobs it up. 2 guys go for it, and they can't get it. Here comes Toronto. Van Vliet, kick. Trent, 3, far side, good!
Bang, bang.
Down the bottom of the well, bang, bang for Gary Trent Jr. Cleveland turns it over, trying to get Mobley up top. 8-4 Toronto. Siakam on the bounce, has it knocked away, and Garland runs it down. Mitchell drive, lay it up and in. Toronto, miscommunication on the loose ball.
Ball loose there, and Gary's looking at Pascal. Pascal's looking at Gary. Guess what? Somebody's got to come up with it.
Barnes, far side, on Allen. Step back jumper, no good. Got into his bag, but missed the 17-footer.
He's been working in the summer. He's excited. He wants to show you a little.
Mitchell in the lane, floats it up and in. Cleveland ties it at 8. 7:50 to go, first quarter.
And that's the thing with Donovan Mitchell, right? You know he wants to score the ball. You know he can shoot the three. But look at his body. He gets into the paint. He's just so strong, splitting the defense, keeping the ball low, and just finishing.
On the bounce, Siakam front court. Raptors in red, coming left to right. Pascal measures an 18-footer near side. Right wing in front of the bench, 10-8 Toronto. Here comes Cleveland. Mobley up top. Gets it to Garland. Works near side. Into the lane. Pull up free throw line. Jumper is good. The all-star Darius Garland ties the game at 10.
I mentioned it before. A tough cover with him because he's always looking to move the ball. But again, can really shoot it, can really score it.
That guy can shoot it too. Bang, bang. Gary Trent down the bottom of the well. 13-10 Toronto.
To see how well he got his feet set, rose up, not off balance, and just got some nice arc under his shot. Great rotation.
Cleveland misses, and then Allen misses the tip. Back comes Toronto leading 13-10. Barnes on the drive, goes for the dunk, can't get it. Loose ball out to Gary Trent Jr. Kicks it up top to Van Vliet. Swing it, Siakam on Mobley. Drives him, gets into the lane. Kick to Barnes, blocked by Mobley, and they call a jump ball. Scotty says to Ray Acosta, hey man, that guy was on my back. And the referee says, no sir, jump ball.
Still two great takes, right? And again, you get Pascal getting into the paint, drawing the defense, and then dropping it down to Scotty. And, tied up there, but again, aggressive attacks, two aggressive attacks by Scotty back-to-back.
Let's take a break. 6:35 first quarter, good start to the game. 13-10, Raptors leading Cleveland. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whoa, my new backyard pool is so big, we call it the Bay of Bro.
The pool goes right up to your fence.
Dude.
You got a survey plan, right?
Bromeister don't need no survey plan, just sunshine and suds.
Bro, the city is gonna make you tear it out.
Don't put your brodacious reno at risk. Get an existing survey plan of your property before you build or renovate from protectyourboundaries.ca. Protectyourboundaries.ca.
Right now,
Right meow.
there are deeply fake SUVs pretending to be as capable as a Subaru.
Smubaru.
But if you want symmetrical,
Schmeometrical.
all-wheel drive,
Me all-wheel drive.
and award-winning safety, forget what the copycats are saying.
Who, me? You?
Yes, Miu. Insist on the original and don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal from your Smubaru dealer. Subaru dealer.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Hi, I need to realign my chakras, and I think consolidating my debts into one easy payment would really help. I'd like a loan.
Do you own your home?
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Namaste.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Back in Toronto, 13-10. Raptors lead the Cavs. It's opening night here at Scotiabank Arena. Paul Jones and Javon Shepard courtside with Nick McVicker, producer Owen Hall, technical help from Josh Pulis and Luca Magic, Luca Moya. Up in the booth, Jim Taddy and Warren Ward, and you'll hear from Josh Lewinberg at halftime. A cast of thousands to get this thing on the air, and we would be remiss if we didn't recognize the poobahs that actually, it's like Formula One. The people that actually put up the money for the car, that would be Jeff McDonald and Stephanie Appolito. So Thanks to them for getting the car ready. It's out of the pit. We're on the road.
Off to the races.
And 82 laps to go.
You know what? Not race. I should call this is a marathon. This is not a race. It's not the first out the gate. It's how strong you finish.
It's F1, man. But you got to go hard the whole time. You can't take any laps off.
No breaks.
Cleveland wins the tip after the jump ball. And they bring it front court in the black from right to left, trailing 13-10. Jared Allen fouled out top by Siakam. And Cleveland going to make some subs.
And I'm okay with that foul, right? Because Pascal, what is he trying to do? He's getting up into the skin of Allen and not letting him dictate where he wants to go. It's funny how defense always translates to offense. And when your defense is feeling good, you feel good offensively as well.
Kevin Love and Isaac Okoro into the ball game. Donovan Mitchell, 3 up top, no good. Here come the Raptors in the red from left to right. Siakam weaves into the lane, kick to Achua into the ball game. Barnes now to Van Vliet. Fred into the lane, all the way to the 10. Kick out to Siakam, far corner. Drives on Mitchell. Pascal into the paint, kicks it near side, and it goes between Achua and Barnes. And one of the leading scorers in Northern Iowa history, Nick Nurse, could not catch and shoot that one.
And we did see him in practice a couple days ago, just really lining it up from the three-point line. He still has it. He still got it.
Still got it. Wish he could have fired that one to keep the turnover away from his team, but back come the Cavs. LeVert, 3 up top, good. We're tied at 13.
And LeVert, he can, another guy that you look at his length, look at his size, he needs to have a really good year. The last 2 years, he's struggled with some injuries, right? So looking for a big year from him.
Van Vliet, pull up 12 feet near side. Right wing, no good. Back comes LeVert. On the dribble. Down the far side. His pass into the near corner along the baseline, intended for Kevin Love, knocked away. And it'll stay with Cleveland. Dean Wade will check into the game. Barnes checks out for Toronto. Okoro inbound to Wade. 5:19 first quarter, we're tied at 13. Love, cross court, Okoro. Wade on the dribble, gets into the lane, puts it up and in. Tough shot by Dean Wade. 15-13 Cavs. Trent Jr. out there with Van Vliet, Chua, Koloko, and Siakam. Pascal kicks to Van Vliet near side, up top, Trent, swing it. Achua, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, Van Vliet can't get it out of bounds to Cleveland.
And that's still good, great ball, right? And those are the shots you have to take. And we've seen the confidence that this coaching staff has in Achua, right? And he has days where he'll knock down 3 of them, but he have days where the back door is open, right? But still good shots that you have to take.
Van Vliet knocks it away from Okoro, makes the steal, drives it in, lays it up, no good, but fouled by Kevin Love. Fred working on the defensive end, and he'll be rewarded for free throws after the steal.
And Fred, he's a dog defensively, right? You can just see him here getting into Okoro, just under him, and just getting lower than him, right? Dictating where he goes.
Low man wins, right?
Gets his hand on it, first to the floor, rather, and then out in transition, drawing himself a foul. But like you said, you get lower than that offense at lower center of gravity, and that hand on the hip, you really dictate where they're going, and then Fred has quick hands.
Van Vliet makes the first free throw, 15-14. Raptors trailing by 1. 4:33 to go. First quarter, Van Vliet ties it. Thanks for tuning in on opening night, wherever you might be listening to us. Thank you for your patronage. Kevin Love turns, fires the 3, no good. Far side, here comes Trent. Raptors right to left in the red uniforms. Trent on the bounce, works far side, into the lane. The off-balance shot blocked by Okoro, but they got the foul on Isaac Okoro, and that will send Gary Trent Jr. to the line. Javon, a good sign here. The Raptors already with 4 free throws.
Well, you can see why. And this is, Gary Trent Jr. going to the line is a prime example. He's hit 2 threes already tonight, and he's not coming out here and being complacent and settling. what is he doing? He's pushing the tempo, pushing it down the throats of the defense, and getting himself to the free throw line. That's the 5th free throw the Raptors have shot already today. So, like you said, that aggression, and it's not a style of play. It's a mentality, and everybody has come out on board. And I think Pascal has been the catalyst here today.
16-15. Trent splits the free throws. The Raptors 4 of 6 from the line. They lead by a point. Garland on the bounce, far side, down the baseline, throws it into the lane. It's knocked away. Here comes Toronto. Siakam to Achua, and it's knocked away by Wade. As Precious went airborne, it'll stay Toronto ball right side near wing, adjacent to their bench. Delano Banton will inbound. Gets it to Trent. Open jumper near side. No good. Had a good look. Couldn't get it down. Here comes Garland. Into the lane. Stop. Koloko blocks it and retrieves the loose ball. Here comes Banton. Into the lane. Floats it up, and the blocking foul called on Kevin Love. Comes up with his palm skyward. Josh Tippin says, no, you're sliding sideways. Hence the block and the 2 shots coming for Rexdale's finest, Delano Banton.
2 more, right? And that's going to be 8 free throw attempts. But how does that start, right? That's Koloko down low, blocking a shot, being disruptive down there. He won the preseason. If anybody won the preseason for Raptors, it was the level of play that he came out with. And he acclimated himself like he's supposed to be here. You listen to him speak, and there's a confidence about him, right? And just coming out, and he knows what he does, stick to his identity, gets out, gets his team an opportunity to get on the offensive side.
18-15 Raptors. 2 free throws good for Toronto. Banton knocks him down. 3.5. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Garland up top, works near side, hoists the 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Koloko. Outlet Siakam, bobbing and weaving into the lane, stops. They run him down from behind, strip him, and here comes Cleveland. Garland up the near side, left wing. Gets it to Kevin Love, and they've got jostling in the post, and that's going to be Delano Banton with the foul against Kevin Love, who had good position mid-post, near side, left wing. Great
Position there, just using his body, right? And for Pascal, it's a couple turnovers for him. Now you got to read the pace of the game, right? He's playing at a comfortable pace, playing at the pace that he wants, but at the same time, just taking care of the basketball. That's got to be important as well.
Toronto 5 of 14, Cleveland 6 of 17. Neither team shooting it well right now. Raptors with an 18-15 lead. 2:59 first quarter. Mobley, far side, right elbow. One-on-one with Banton. Squares, jabs, drive. Kick it out. Garland, shot fake into the lane. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Okoro can't squeeze it. Achua picks it up for Toronto and is fouled and couldn't get his head up as Gary Trent was ahead of the pack and open with nobody in front of him, but the foul will go on Cleveland. So let's take a break. 2:45 first quarter. Opening night at Scotiabank Arena. Toronto 18, Cleveland 15. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Real Canadian Superstore, we match prices when you show us a lower advertised price. So while you're grabbing cauliflower for tonight's aloo gobi, or tomatoes for your famous veggie burgers, or just doing your regular grocery run, you'll know you're getting great prices on all sorts of great stuff. Ad Match is just another way to save for real at Real Canadian Superstore. See flyer for details.
Did you hear? Wendy's Dave Single is now just $4. This juicy gossip is hot off the press, like our fresh, never frozen Canadian beef. The Dave Single is just $4 until November 6th at participating Wendy's. Taxes extra.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 310-DELL.
At Real Canadian Superstore, we match prices when you show us a lower advertised price. So while you're grabbing cauliflower for tonight's aloo gobi, or tomatoes for your famous veggie burgers, or just doing your regular grocery run, you'll know you're getting great prices on all sorts of great stuff. Ad Match is just another way to save for real at Real Canadian Superstore. See flyer for details.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
2:45, first quarter. Raptors leading Cleveland 18-15. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard here on opening night for the Raptors of the 22-23 season. Nick McVicker with us courtside. You'll hear from Josh Lewenberg at halftime with Jim Taddy and Warren Ward. Josh Pulis and Luca Moya also help keeping this thing on the road along with Owen Hall. Your observations so far, Javon? Pace is a little bit slowing a little bit, but nobody really making shots right now.
Nobody making shots, and that's to be expected, right? Like I mentioned earlier, this is that first day of school, the first game, that the jitters are, through everybody. There's a lot of energy in the building that you have to figure out how to channel, right? And really utilize and manufacture it the right way. But I think the Raptors have come out and they've really, like Coach Nurse has said, they're looking to push the pace, right? 8 fast break points already, just the first quarter here, which is at sometimes it looked a little bit out of control, but over the course of the season, yeah, you're going to fine-tune that, right? But the fact that they've come out and applied some pressure like we've seen and had Cleveland on their heels a bit with their guards, I think that's important, right? Because that's all effort.
Achua makes one of his 2 free throws, 19-15 Toronto. Kevin Love, 3 up top, good. Stretches it out and knocks it down. 19-18 Cavs, cut it to 1.
And K Love, right? Like he's had a resurgence last year. Second behind Tyler Hero in 6-man voting, and that's what he's done. His game is changing. He sticks out at that 3-point line and stretches the floor.
Anunoby in the lane, has it knocked away, ball on the ground, and they've got a foul on Christian Koloko over the back, trying to get the loose ball, and that'll give it to Cleveland. So with 2:08 to go first quarter, Cleveland's biggest lead of the game was 2. They trail right now 19-18, and they'll try to stick a nose in front on this trip. Cleveland in the black, coming right to left. Okoro, Love, Mobley, Garland, and Wade. Garland in the lane, finds Mobley, jams it down. Cleveland up 20-19.
Garland coming off that pin down, that wide pin down there, just holds the ball just enough to draw the defense and get Mobley involved.
And back comes Van Vliet, gets into the lane, the 1-foot floater from 12 feet straight away. 21-20 Toronto.
And mixing it up, right? Fred showing you his package as well, getting that paint off that screen action there. And like you mentioned, those floaters, they look easy, right? But believe me, there's a element of touch, feel, and just getting the ball to the right point to finish it.
Mobley will go to the line as the Raptors fell victim to the old duck in. Ball on the near elbow, left side. Mobley ducking in from the far, or left side. Mobley ducking in from the far right box, and he was fouled. And now he's at the line, makes the first free throw.
You think about when Mobley ducks in, right? You look at his arms, his wingspan. He gets there. He doesn't have to be the most physical.
No.
Nudges you with his body and just gives his offense a target to get him the ball. Puts his arms in the air.
And that's what I'm saying. As a passer, he's so long, he can duck in the middle of the lane, and you can throw it to the outside of the lane, and he's squeezing that.
And because of that and his wingspan and his reach, he actually puts more pressure on the defensive guards not to allow those passes in, right? Because there's not much you can do. You can't teach height. You can't teach length. You can't defend that.
Got to pressure the ball. Van Vliet up top. Raptors down 22-21. Minute 20, first quarter. Koloko in the lane. Kicks it to Barnes. Up top, Anunoby. 3, no good. Rebound. And they say stay here as Koloko was doing some work on the offensive glass, and Dean Wade could do nothing but grab him. And that'll send the youngster, 33rd pick overall,
You
To the
know,
line.
You know what? He's not going to get credit for it. It's nothing that's going to show up in the stat sheet. But prior to him getting that rebound there, he caught the ball in the thick of the defense, had the ability to catch, recognize, and make a play, kick out to Scotty, who made the extra pass, right? And that alone is, something like over time as he gets stronger, he's going to be able to make those passes a bit crisper, a bit more fluid. And then once the defense recognizes that he can make those passes, there's going to be open lanes for him to attack as well.
Makes one free throw, misses the second one. The Raptors get on the ground for it, but knock it away, and it goes out of bounds to Cleveland. Raptors have turned the ball over 5 times, giving Cleveland 10 points. Last year it was the opposite. Cleveland was the team that turned it over and gave up points. Mobley on Koloko, near side. His cross-court pass deflected. Here comes Van Vliet. 50 seconds first quarter. We're tied at 22. Van Vliet works far side. 3 in the air. Good. Down the bottom of the well for Freddie Van Vliet. Raptors up 25-22.
Just stops on a dime and pops up. That's tough to defend. A guy by the name of Darren Williams, he used to be big time at that. Just getting pick and roll action, stopping it on a dime at the three-point line while the defense is retreating.
Van Vliet pull-up 3 in transition, no good. But Barnes runs it down to Fred in the lane. Kick out, they swing it. Barnes, corner 3. Bang, bang, down the bottom of the well. 28-22, Toronto.
And there's a different confidence about him, right? Just taking that 3 there. We've seen the mid-range jump shot earlier, and I think a lot of that has to do with just his body, right? He worked on that, and it gives you that confidence, that feel about yourself.
Van Vliet takes a shot to the face and is down in front of the foul line at the basket the Raptors are defending. No foul called. Fred took an elbow, and now Scott McCullough is out to attend to him. Nick Nurse asking Ray Acosta what happened, and it was incidental as Mobley had pinned him and was rolling to the basket. Mobley being 7 feet, his elbow is right at Fred's jaw level. When he turned, I don't think it was intentional, but it sure rang the bell, Javon.
You could see it right on the roll there, just inadvertent. Mobley rolling, and we commended Fred for getting a lot lower in the defense earlier. But in this situation, Mobley's at 7 foot there. Like you mentioned, his elbow is at face level with Fred, right? And he just gets popped in the mouth there.
Let's take a break. First quarter in the books, 28-22, Toronto with the lead. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Sandoz Hotels has the best all-inclusive hotels in Cancun, the Riviera Maya, and Los Cabos. Discover Sandoz Carico Eco Resort, nestled in between the jungle and beach. Sandoz Playa Ca, with its white sand beaches. Sandoz Cancun, in the heart of the hotel zone. And Sandoz Finisterra, sculpted into the picturesque mountains. Paradise beaches, international cuisine, and the best entertainment ever. Fun is guaranteed on your Sandoz vacation. Discover our latest offers now at sandoz.com.
At Real Canadian Superstore, we match prices when you show us a lower advertised price. So while you're grabbing cauliflower for tonight's aloo gobi, or tomatoes for your famous veggie burgers, or just doing your regular grocery run, you'll know you're getting great prices on all sorts of great stuff. Ad Match is just another way to save for real at Real Canadian Superstore. See flyer for details.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Oh, hi. I'd like to apply for a loan so I can consolidate some of my debts.
Sure. Do you own your home?
Yes, but Carl, our resident ghost, keeps saying it's his house and we should get out.
Okay, but you are the registered owner.
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Hey, hear that, Carl? Huh?
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto, 28-22 Raptors as we start the second quarter. Toronto moving left to right with the ball in the red uniforms. Van Vliet, Koloko out there with Anunoby, Barnes, and Banton. And they've got Anunoby with the illegal screen. And that will turn it over. Sixth turnover for the Raptors to start this game. Cleveland ball coming back from right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena in the black jerseys. Garland up top. Barnes switches out onto him. Garland drives, gets to the basket. Scotty Barnes stands him up. Van Vliet comes away with the ball, is bumped and is fouled. Fred made a mad dash. It was a 1-on-3 as they were running him down like he stole something. And Fred got to the basket, got in the contact, and he'll get free throws.
And he was in fifth gear in transition. He seen Okoro in front of him, and he just went into sixth gear, right, and drew that foul. But it starts on the defensive side, right? Fred doing a good job of just making Garland work before he catches the basketball, and then you get to your versatility of your team, the switchability, and in the ball screen action, you have Scotty Barnes that switches out, right? Forcing a turnover. Fred, again, quick hands, gets out, and that's another free throw attempt for this team, 13 on the night.
Interesting, Javon, because in the past, a little guy would see a big guy on him and say, oh, we're going for a ride here. Doesn't happen when you've got guys like Barnes or Anunoby and they can guard you.
At all. You look at the length, but you look at the will of these guys, right? They're not Coach Nurse doesn't have to just coach defense. You have a number of guys that are willing defenders, and that makes a big difference.
30-22 Raptors, largest lead of the game at 8. They come front court. Koloko on the handoff to Anunoby. OG drives, gets it to Koloko, who misses the dunk, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto. I thought OG had him earlier on the lob, Javon, but yet still, Christian's got to convert that.
It was that split second there, just holding the ball just a tad second too long, but that's one of the plays there. Christian gets it down low, and he's looking for that dunk, that first dunk, that first play that really sets him off, right? You just see him kicking himself for not making the play, but if the ball touches your hands, you got to come up with it down low.
Anunoby, far side, on the bounce, into the lane, kicks it into the corner. Thad Young, three, got it. Bang, bang, down the bottom of the well for the veteran Thad Young. Raptors increase the lead to 11, largest of the game, 33-22.
That's showing you early. He still has some juice left in him.
Mobley turns it over in the lane. Back comes Toronto. Van Vliet into the corner, near side. Backs out on the dribble. Turns on Wade, steps back, three in the air, no good. Hernan Gomez, Juancho runs it down, can't squeeze it out of bounds to Cleveland. Cleveland trailing 33-22. They'll bring it front court. Garland, Mobley, Wade, Okoro, and Cedi Osman into the lane. Garland drives, lays it in. Man, slick move there by Darius Garland.
That's just a big time finish, right? Great defense, but better offense. And you look at the point that Garland put that ball on the rim, the right side of the court, they just really kiss it above the square on the glass.
Back comes Scotty Barnes in the lane, scoops it up, no good. Had Dean Wade beat, couldn't finish. 33-24 Raptors, 9:39 first half. Garland turns it over. Here come the Raptors. Barnes on the run. Kicks it into the corner. Anunoby. Drive baseline. Slithers to the hoop, puts it up, no good. Rebound Cleveland. Wade front court. 9:15 first half. Osman three, good, near corner. 33-27 Raptor lead cut to 6.
You got to find him, right? Just under 63% of his shots come from that three-point line last season. So you know if he gets it out there, he's going to put it up. He's going to knock it down.
Thad Young misses a corner three. Back comes Cleveland. Cavs want a timeout. JB Bickerstaff will talk to his charges as they are attempting to continue to work on the 11-point Raptor lead. They've cut it to 6.
Cut it to 6, but you talk about what you've seen from the Raptors so far, right? In those last 2 minutes, you can just see their complete level elevate, right? Moving the needle in that area there, and that was really what gave them that little cushion that they had.
Let's take a break. 8:54 first half. 33-27 Toronto. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Some people think going to the movies is about watching one, but they've forgotten the true magic of the cinema. At the movies, you can smell the memory of being a kid. Taste the wonder in losing yourself in a well-directed masterpiece. Touch the parts of your heart you forgot were still tender. And hear the contagious laughter of the crowd. See the lights dim and the energy shift. It's time to get back to it. Feel again at a theater near you.
We've been friends a long time. We can discuss anything, right? Sure, bud. Well, I have an issue.
No kidding. You cheer for Boston.
An issue down there?
Hey, half of all guys experience erectile dysfunction. Heard of Felix? Felix connects you to a doctor for an assessment. No appointment, no pharmacy visit, no awkward conversations. Treatment is delivered discreetly to your door.
Sounds great.
I just wish you'd be more discreet about wearing that Boston jersey in Toronto.
Go to felix.ca/1050 to start your online visit.
I'm having a hard time deciding what to get from 2-for-1 Pizza. It's pizza. How hard can it be? It's not just pizza. 2-for-1 Pizza has so many great choices like the plant-based garden pesto pizza, pizza and wings, the pizza and penne combo, and the sweet combo with apple fritter, just to name a few. Ooh, decisions.
Check out all the great menu items at 241 Pizza. Visit 241pizza.com.
241 Pizza, 241.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
8:54 first half. Toronto Raptors leading the Cleveland Cavaliers 33-27. The lead was as big as it's been all night at 11. It's now been cut to 6 as Cleveland trying to muscle up and not let this thing get too far away from them, Javon.
And that's what this game is, right? Basketball is a game of runs, right? And the key is to who can weather that storm the fastest, the quickest, and really mitigate a team's ability to go on, longer runs. And those are growing pains, and those are where you get the good teams turn to great teams because they understand that, right? And everybody's going to score the ball. You just got to limit other teams.
Mitchell back in the game for Cleveland. Out there with LeVert, Osman, Love, and Allen. Kevin Love underneath. Gets Hernan Gomez in the air, throws it up and in, and he'll score it and get one more. So Cleveland, after being down 33-22, has scored 7 straight. And the veteran Kevin Love will go to the line for one more. Second quarter action brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca.
You look at, Kevin Love there. We've seen him extend the floor. We've seen him get down low and get savvy. But how about just watching his career over, how he's transitioned, right? Remember, he was the guy. He was the cornerstone guy and the feature player, and just now becoming one of the veteran guys and understanding how to assimilate himself and play a game to still impact his team.
Van Vliet misses a 3. The Cleveland run continues. It's 8 straight. Donovan Mitchell gets into the lane, kicks to the corner. Osman 3, good. We are tied at 33. It's an 11-0 run for Cleveland.
That's just a great find, right? Donovan Mitchell getting into the paint. You see 3 red shirts and finds that corner. Like we said, Chetty Osman, if he gets that corner shot, he's going to knock it down.
Van Vliet has a corner 3, doesn't go. Rebound knocked away. Here comes LeVert. Quick hit ahead. Donovan Mitchell lays it in. Cleveland with 13 straight, and they lead 35-33. The blitz by the Cavs.
Just see they've woken up, right? Everybody communicating a bit more. You can see the eyes, see more engagement from everybody.
Raptors coming left to right in the red. Gary Trent Jr. far side. Banks it up and in, and he'll go to the line for one more as he's fouled on the attempt. Toronto trying to get the lead back.
Some guys just really have a knack to score the ball, right? And Gary Trent, he's one of those guys. You see where he gets himself here into the depth of the defense in that left corner there, and 3 black shirts, Cleveland defenders around him swiping at the ball, and he just finds a way to kiss it, uses angles, and kisses it off of the glass.
36-35, Toronto. Trent makes the old-time three-point play. Mitchell back for Cleveland. Works near side, into the lane, kicks to Osman. Corner 3 in the air, no good. It goes off the top of the backboard, and it's tipped in by Jared Allen. The Raptors stop playing, but that top of the backboard is in play. A lot of them thought, well, it's out of bounds. No.
That's where you get that old school saying, right? Play through the whistle. If there's no whistle, play on. And Cleveland was just quicker to the ball there.
Pascal Siakam drops a 3 in the bottom of the well. Raptors take the lead back 39-37. LeVert, far side, into the lane to Osman, who lays it in. We're tied at 39. Cedi Osman giving some good minutes with 8 points off the Cavs bench.
Great minutes there and great read. Pascal turned his back, assuming he was going to stick to the corner for the 3, and he did a good job just cutting back door and getting himself a layup.
Barnes, mid-post, gets it to Siakam down low on Donovan Mitchell. Pascal turns, lays it up, no good, but tips it back up and in. Great recognition by Toronto on the size mismatch.
And great job again by Pascal, seeing the mismatch, turn with those elbows. Nobody wants to feel one of those, and then that second jump, getting to the ball before any Cleveland defender could get up there.
41-39, Toronto. Mitchell, pull-up jumper, got it at the free throw line. Spida Mitchell ties the game at 41.
Man, that's tough, right? He's gotten into the paint a couple times and kicked it out. Gets it there. This time it just makes a tough mid-range shot.
Siakam drive on Osman. Takes him to school in the low post. Ring the bell. Toronto up 43-41.
Listen, that man said he wants to be a top 5 player in this league, right? And he's starting out strong.
Cleveland lobs it up to Jared Allen with a dunking finish at the rim. We're tied at 43, 5:45 first half.
And the defense got to do a better job of just getting on the top side of Allen and not allowing him to play above the rim. Get your body into him, deter him.
Cleveland shooting 50% for the game. Siakam on LeVert, far side, backs him into the lane, turns, fall away, jumper, good. Pascal feints, fires, and fills it up. 45-43 Toronto.
Patient, pump fake spin, gets the defense up, and then again, smooth into his jump shot.
Love, far corner, right side, in the lane, Jared Allen, jump hook, good. Doing work down low. Game tied at 45. Raptors coming front court, left to right in the red uniforms, under 5 minutes first half. Siakam on the bounce, got 14 on the night. Squares up on LeVert, near side, right wing, backs him into the lane, lean back, the jumper, no good. Hernan Gomez keeps it alive, but Love takes it away from him. Here comes Osman on the run, kicks it to Mitchell, into the lane, floats it up and in. Donovan Mitchell slicing into the lane, makes it 47-45. Cleveland.
And there's not much you can do about that, right? Splits the defense and just gets up there, distorts his body, and just the strength to fit and concentration to finish through.
Offensive foul, Scotty Barnes. As Carl Lane says, you can't slap the defender's hand away. Scotty says, but he has his hand in my back. Can you call the hand in my back? That way I won't have to slap his hand away. Now, they say if the arm is bent, it's okay, but you could still bend the arm and guide the guy the way you want. Turn it over, give it to Cleveland. Mitchell in the lane. Cross court, near side. Kick to Garland up top. Down low, Jared Allen turns and loses the ball. He thought Barnes fouled him, no call. Barnes, step back, jumper, good! Scotty banked it in, used everything. Used the rim, the backboard, and the rim again, and it dropped in the bottom of the well. Toronto up 48-47. And now Garland fouled on the inbound pass by Gary Trent Jr. Got him up in the facial area. Garland still down on his stomach in front of the Raptor bench. As the Cleveland medical team will now come and attend to him. So we'll take a break. 3:51, first half. Game tied at 47. That last three that I thought from Scotty was actually a 2. So we'll take a break and come back with the close of the first half. Game tied at 47. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Right now,
Right meow.
there are deeply fake SUVs pretending to be as capable as a Subaru.
Smubaru.
But if you want symmetrical,
Schmeometrical.
all-wheel drive,
Me all-wheel drive.
and award-winning safety, forget what the copycats are saying.
Who, me? You?
Yes, Miu. Insist on the original and don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal from your Smubaru dealer. Subaru dealer.
Somewhere out there, the sun is still shining. So seize it with Air Canada and Air Canada Vacations. Seize the beach with the family or make it an all-inclusive just for 2. Seize a snorkel. Ooh, fishies. Or a recliner by the beach with a coconut drink in hand. Everything's better with a coconut. With over 50 destinations across Mexico, the Caribbean, Hawaii, and more, you can still seize the sun. See the hottest flight and vacation package offers at aircanada.com/sun or contact your travel agent.
I'm building a tiny home in our backyard so my mother can live right next to us.
What? You got a survey plan, right? And a rabies test for her.
Yep, survey plan for the building permit and to avoid boundary issues.
Boundary issues with your mother. You'll be moving into that tiny house with her.
Don't risk building permit problems or family fiascos with your next reno. Get an existing survey plan of your property before you build from protectyourboundaries.ca. Protectyourboundaries.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
3:51, first half. Darius Garland down, and we could not see, but indications were that there was blood drawn. Again, nothing malicious or malevolent. Gary Trent going for the ball, missed and got him in the face. They've wiped up the area as Garland was helped to the locker room, but walked under his own power. Hopefully he's not seriously injured. He's an all-star player for the Cavs. Game tied at 47. 3:51 to go, first half. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward at halftime alongside Josh Lewenberg. Let's see if the Raptors can muscle up and get a stop. Front court come the Cavs. Right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena in the black uniforms. LeVert. Osman into the corner. Mitchell, open three, no good. Rebound knocked away. Pascal has it for Toronto. Siakam with an active game, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Barnes down low on Osman. Leans in, floats it up, no good. Tips it up and in, and they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off and say Scotty pushed on the offensive glass. And Nick Nurse sends a sub in right away. Scotty not happy, and Fred VanVleet escorting him away from the officials.
And, Scotty may have a case, getting a look at the replay right here. He had position, and both guys wrestling for the ball there, but again, the whistle wasn't on his side, and I like what Fred did there, right? Seeing how enthusiastic, how passionate Scotty was, and just gathered him up and said, come on, next play.
Cleveland ball, front court. Vert up top, guarded by Trent. On the bounce, works to the near side. Into the lane, kick out. Mitchell, 3 up top, good. They lost him for a split second, and he made them pay.
And that's a tough play right there, right? OG's back was turned, and Mitchell doing a great job of just relocating, getting into his jump shot. You know he can score. You can't lose him. He's a big piece to this team, right? This is what you wanted from him. Score that ball.
He's got 13 points. Trent jumper no good. Rebound Siakam can't get it. Felt like he was fouled. No call. Here comes Cleveland. 2.5 second quarter. Cleveland up 50-47. Corner three is good from Cedi Osman. Largest lead of the game for the Cavs at 53-47.
They've turned it on these last 2 minutes here, right? And they've been looking for Cedi in those corners, just really trying to find a concerted effort to get it to him there.
Van Vliet into the lane, and they got an offensive foul on Koloko, saying that he's clearing a path for Van Vliet. The Raptors have had 3 offensive fouls in their last few possessions. And Cleveland has a chance to increase the lead. They lead by 6, 53-47. We approach 2 minutes first half. Mitchell on the drive, stop, fall away, jumper no good. Anunoby with the contest. Quick hit ahead to OG. In the lane, puts it up and in. A rim run for Anunoby gets him 2 points.
Great to see. We've seen a lot of that last year as well, where the Raptors get a rebound and headman the ball up the court. And OG, a good job there. Rim running like you mentioned, but then sealing his defender under the basket using his size.
Mitchell into the lane, kick to the near corner to Osman. Drive, floats it up and in. Cedi Osman off the bench with 13. Cleveland leads 55-49. Cavs shooting 52%. Anunoby drives in the lane to Koloko. Goes for the dunk, blocked by Jared Allen. Cleveland number 1 in the NBA last year in protecting the rim. They come back the other end and throw it away. Siakam, fancy move at midcourt, gets it to Anunoby for the dunk. Can't get it, but is fouled by LeVert. OG will get a couple of free throws.
We've seen a couple missed dunks early here, and you have to think, these guys are still going to get into, there's preseason shape, there's getting in shape, and then there's game shape, right? And you can see guys, it's going to take some time to get their legs under them, because you've had some flat-footed and vertical dunks. Missed the first one by Koloko there, and then, OG gets fouled here, but that's a play, mid-season form. He's above the rim, right? He's sitting on the rim, and that's an and one opportunity.
107 first half, 55-50. Anunoby first free throw good. Second one, no good. Raptors tonight, 12 of 17 from the line. They trail by 5, under a minute first half. Donovan Mitchell standing on the logo at midcourt with a right-hand dribble. Works near side, into the air, floats it up, no good. Great contest from Koloko. Here comes Van Vliet. Down low to Siakam on Mitchell. Pascal spins and is fouled by Mitchell. Raptors sniffing out that matchup. That's the second or third time they found Mitchell on a taller player and went at him.
And you look at the lineups that the Raptors put out there, right? There's always going to be that mismatch. There's always going to be a point of attack by size, right? There's not going to be, you don't want to attack Mitchell on the perimeter. You don't want to attack Garland or Karis LeVert on the perimeter, because these guys are strong. They move their feet well. They have length to defend as well. But you use the size and identify it. Yeah, that's where the advantage is. And a good job by the Raptors recognizing it. But you got to capitalize, right? 12 for 18 from the free throw line. This is free money here. You get to that line, this is easy money.
Siakam at the line. Knocks down the second one. 55-51. Nick Nurse, when asked at clinics from young coaches for bits of advice, he says, practice your layups, practice your free throws.
The basics.
Osman 3, no good. Rebound knocked away. Here comes Toronto. Siakam on the run, into the lane, loses the ball. 20 seconds to go, first half. Shot clock, game clock, 1 second apart. Cleveland leading 55-51 with the ball. Mitchell up top on the bounce. Gets it to LeVert. Drives into the lane. Contested by Koloko, and they've got a foul, though, on the drive, and it will go on OG Anunoby. Karis LeVert on the line. First free throw, got the roll. 5.6 seconds first half, 56-51. Cleveland with a 5-point lead. They had a 13-0 surge in the middle of this second quarter to take the lead and have not given it back. LeVert makes two, 57-51. 5 seconds to go. Siakam runs it front court. Gonna pull up for three, no good. And the half ends with the Cavs leading 57-51.
This was, this you had to expect this, right? Raptors got up early on, and at that point, Cleveland looked a little lackadaisical, was playing a little complacent, right? They came out and they answered, right? And played well, like you said, got on a run and came out and did what they needed to do to go into this half, up 6. So I think if you're the Raptors right now, the first thing you got to talk about is just matching that intensity that you were playing with in that late first quarter, early second quarter, and just coming out here and just reapplying that same pressure, that same defensive intensity and mentality, because you're benefiting off of that. Getting out, running, everybody was touching the ball, seeing the ball go in, right? And it's not going to be pretty. It's the first game of the season. But it can be, you got to be tough. You got to maintain that level of compete.
Well, the second half compete is coming up, but first, it's Jim Taddy and Warren Ward, and they will take you through halftime with Josh Lewenberg. First half in the books, 57-51, Cavs with the lead. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Businesses don't run on automation or algorithms alone. What powers businesses are your people and the people they serve. At Cintas, your dedicated service reps understand what you need to help you keep your employees feeling safe, comfortable, and performing their best. So your business can too. For workwear, essential cleaning products, and first aid and safety supplies, visit Cintas.ca.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Are you kidding me? Out of ink?
Megatank.
That's the last time. What's that printer that comes with 30 times the ink of standard printers?
Megatank.
It's a Canon. Megaton?
Megatank.
Yeah, it's a Canon printer. It comes with like $2,000 worth of ink compared to Canon ink cartridges.
Megatank.
Megalodon?
Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Megatank printer so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Megatank printers available at Best Buy, Amazon, and Staples.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Hi, I'm looking to upgrade my kitchen.
Bathroom, Mom. We need an extra bathroom.
Emily, hang up.
Ugh, this is so unfair.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I need a loan for some home renos.
Well, do you own your home?
Of course, I'm the owner.
Then you're approved. Enjoy your new kitchen.
Bathroom!
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
Visual license 12616. Ugh.
Peoples of the internet, I am Algorithm. Call me Al. My job is to take your job. Ha ha, just kidding. I am always full of funny ha ha pranks, like when you browse for an all-wheel drive online. Instead of serving up a capable Subaru to your IP, I deepfake you with a super lame SUV. Ha ha, I am laughing my hashtag off. Ha 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 ha. Funny upside down face.
Don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal, only at your Subaru dealer.
I want to break free. Ready to break free? See the world with Norwegian and enjoy 35% off all cruises to Alaska, Europe, and more. We'll even help you get there with free airfare for second guest. Plus, enjoy free open bar, free specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Some people think going to the movies is about watching one, but they've forgotten the true magic of the cinema. At the movies, you can smell the memory of being a kid. Taste the wonder in losing yourself in a well-directed masterpiece. Touch the parts of your heart you forgot were still tender. And hear the contagious laughter of the crowd. See the lights dim and the energy shift. It's time to get back to it. Feel again. at a theater near you.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And at the half, it's Cleveland 57-51 over the Raptors. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg with you. So, Warren, let's go to the turning point of the game so far. Is the 13-0 run by Cleveland in the second quarter. What happened there?
Mostly due to their bench. Cedi Osman and Donovan Mitchell have a lot of chemistry. I mean, Donovan Mitchell's getting into the lane. We see the points in the paint by Cleveland as well. They have 26 and 21 bench points. So I think that's the story of the game thus far. I don't think the Raptors are playing poorly. I mean, they're doing a pretty good job. They scored 51 points in this first half, which means that they can score. It's just they have to get stops, and they can't allow teams to go on 13-0 runs. That's not going to cut it. Even though it's opening night, they still have a lot of kinks to work out. But we see the turnovers in the game as well. The ball is almost like a hot potato. No one can really secure it. So we see the first game jitters, and players still getting used to roles and situations. But at the same time, I think overall they're doing a pretty good job.
Josh, I mean, that 13-0 run forces the Raptors to get into a shootout, which they don't want to do, right?
No, definitely not, Jim. I thought they were excellent defensively in the first quarter, and then that fell off pretty quickly in the second. And yeah, I mean, some familiar problems, some familiar strengths and positives, and some familiar problems, right? Like, even in game one, after all of this time off, after this long off season, we were anticipating, just based on the continuity, that the Raptors could pick up where they left off. And I think they've done that in both a good way and a bad way, right? Like, the defense looked locked in the first quarter in a way that you don't normally see this early in the season, which is a positive. But then, as we know, what were some of the issues last year? Those long droughts offensively, and that's what we saw early in the second quarter, where the Cavs go on that 13-0 run. And then, of course, another familiar issue is the bench play, as Warren mentioned. 21 bench points for Cleveland, matched by just 7 bench points for the Raptors. And it was that stretch where guys like Juancho Hernangomez, Thad Young were on the floor when the game began to turn. So, yeah, I mean, the Raptors, they're getting a really strong performance tonight from Pascal Siakam and a few of the other starters. Scotty Barnes has had some positive moments. Gary Trent with 10 points. But they need a few of those guys off the bench to step up here.
Well, let's talk about the bench, Warren. I mean, Koloko gets the longest stretch there at 10 minutes. What's your read on his play?
I mean, he's a rim protector. That's what he's there for. And I told you off air, I think Koloko, as a rookie, that's what he's there to do. Stand and be a presence, put his hands up in the air, and make it difficult for players to come to the game. Because the Raptors don't have a true big other than, Kem Birch, right? Then, they don't have another guy who's around 6'11", 6'10". So that's his job, to come in there, play hard, and be a disruptor. Rebound, which he has 4 of, which is great. The next step for him, though, is can he turn his defensive prowess into offensive success? And that's what's going to determine how long he stays in the league.
Yeah,
Josh,
he's a defensive player first and foremost, right?
100%.
So he's looked a lot more comfortable on that end. Where we've seen the jitters from the rookie in his first game is on the offensive end. He's missed a couple dunks here. But I like the energy that he's playing with, his change shots defensively. And to Warren's point, they've needed him tonight. Like, no Chris Boucher in the lineup, no Kem Birch. And this is the sort of matchup. It's not like they've got like a big, tough, physical center. We're not talking about Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic, but this is a long, athletic team, especially in the front court with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So, yeah, I'm not sure we expected to see 10 minutes from Christian Koloko in the first half of game one, but they might need to lean on him again here in the second half just to neutralize those guys and to match up on the boards and around the rim.
So, I mean, at halftime, we could always talk about where the Raptors are, but the story is where they're going to be with the adjustments. Warren, what do you see that way?
Well, I think if they can stop Cleveland from going on a lot of scoring runs, which is going to be tough. When they have LeVert, he can play one, and this is without Garland in that last stretch, right? They got Mitchell who can play the point guard as well. So they're going to have to get stops first and foremost, and then they're going to have to continue to score. And I think if they could, which is pretty obvious, I understand that, man, but if they can do those two things, which are basic, then they give themselves a chance to win this basketball game. And I think they're going to have to hang their hat on the defensive end and then have wishful thinking offensively.
Yeah, they've got to be able to convert around the rim, I think, more than anything else offensively. Like, they're shooting the three ball pretty well, 6 for 16, 38%, given how this team was shooting in the preseason and given how they shot through most of last season. Like, I'll take that. But they're being outscored right now, 26-12 in the paint. I can't even imagine what their shooting percentage is in the painted area right now, but it's probably worse than their three-point percentage. They've got to be able to finish down low. I almost feel for Pascal Siakam, who's had an incredible night so far, 15 points, 9 rebounds, but only 1 assist. And that number could be like 5, 6, maybe even 7 assists if his teammates converted on some of his really nice passes. Nick Nurse told us a few days ago that of all the guys, Pascal Siakam looked the most ready coming into camp, which makes sense considering he had a really good and full, healthy offseason. And it's really shown so far tonight. So, yeah, I would look for him to have a big second half as well, and his teammates need to help him out.
Josh, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Raptors first half stat is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Beware of deep fake car claims online. With over 97% of Subarus sold still on the road after 10 years, do not fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal only at your Subaru dealer. So here are some stats here. We're talking about assists. The Raptors as a team at the half are at 6 and Cleveland at 15. That is not Raptors basketball. They like to distribute. That didn't happen there. Points to paint, Cleveland 26-12 over the Raptors. Turnovers to points, Raptors have turned the ball over 10 for 15. Cleveland 9 for 14. But the key stat really is off the bench, and it sort of goes right through all the other stats. 21-7, Cleveland outscoring the Raptors. There's some work to be done here.
There definitely is, Taddy. They gotta tighten things up defensively. But again, it's only game one. I'm not too concerned about that. I think offensively, though, they showed some flashes. I like the one thing I definitely like about the Raptors is that they're unselfish. The ball moves from side to side, east to west on multiple occasions. And I think if they can continue to do that, they will get good looks as a team. A lot of their points have come in isolation, especially for Pascal and Scotty, which is great. But as long as they continue to move the ball and shoot it well, right, knock down open shots, they give themselves a chance to win.
And without Birch and Boucher, those are big losses.
They are because of energy and, again, being able to rely on someone that if you get beat, you have someone behind you who can, at least challenge a shot. With Koloko being the only real presence, you can see Mobley, you can see the Cleveland Cavaliers are heavily trying to get inside the paint. That's why they have 26 first half points in the paint.
It is 57-51 for Cleveland at the half. The second half is next. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
I'm having a hard time deciding what to get from 2-for-1 Pizza.
It's pizza. How hard can it be?
It's not just pizza. 2-for-1 Pizza has so many great choices like the plant-based garden pesto pizza, pizza and wings, the pizza and penne combo, and the sweet combo with apple fritter, just to name a few.
Ooh, decisions.
Check out all the great menu items at 241 Pizza. Visit 241pizza.com.
241 Pizza, 241.
The bank shot. You know, when the ball bounces off the backboard and goes into the basket. Well, this year, Tangerine's turning Raptors bank shots into real bank. Introducing the Tangerine Bank Shot account. Every time the Raptors sink a bank shot, $1,000 gets deposited. Then, at the end of the season, it all goes to basketball community initiatives. Sign up at tangerine.ca/bankshot for your shot at winning prizes. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans.
Hi, I'm Randy Backman. I can't wait to introduce you to Vinyl Tap. The legendary radio show is now your new favorite podcast. The conversations, stories, and music, some of my favorites to share, are available now on the free iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 310-DELL.
Smart businesses are always looking for ways to improve. Better workdays can start with Cintas. Your dedicated Cintas service reps help make sure you have what you need when you need it. We'll deliver hygienically clean workwear, clean and sanitize your restrooms, stock your essential cleaning products, and provide first aid and safety supplies. Cintas is with you every step of the way, so you stay a step ahead. Visit cintas.ca.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo, weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first.
You're last.
Back in Toronto's second half, about a minute away from starting up. Raptors trailing the Cavs 57-51. And Javon, it seemed like a very, very different Raptors team in that second quarter. To put it simply, what happened?
Well, I'll tell you, simply put, 35 points for Cleveland in that second quarter, right? And that's it right there. I just, like I mentioned before the half, I felt like Toronto tailored off in terms of their intensity and their attention to detail, some turnovers, some live ball turnovers that allowed Cleveland to go the other way. And then I thought Donovan Mitchell did a good job just getting to the paint and really finding corners, right? Like this, the Raptors are doing a good job of a concerted effort of shrinking the floor and not letting Donovan, get into the paint and really dictate where he wants to go and get creative, making things tough on him. But then the recovery on the perimeter, getting out to the corners on Cedi Osman and not allowing those auxiliary pieces to get going is going to be important too. And the start to this third quarter, this is what you want. Like this, you got to have an answer coming out of this halftime.
Cleveland 14 for 22 in that second quarter. Raptors start with the ball. Corner three is down the bottom of the well for Fred VanVleet. Far side right wing. 57-54. Raptors cut it to three. Mitchell guarded by VanVleet. Mobley, Allen, LeVert, and Osman out there for the Cavs in the black shirts, moving from left to right. Osman, fall away jumper, no good. Rebound, Siakam.
And that's what you want, right? Fred doing a good job of just dogging the ball defensively. And Chetty's not getting spot up threes, right? He's moving up. He's on the move, catching. Those are tougher shots.
Siakam spins in the lane, misses a floater. Pascal with 15 to lead all scorers in the game. But the Raptors still trail 57-54. LeVert into the near corner to Osman. Osman kicks it up top. LeVert steps in. Foul line jumper, no good. Rebound, Scotty Barnes. Raptors coming right to left, attacking the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Barnes pulls the trigger on an 18-footer straight away, no good. The official report on Darius Garland is he is out with a left eye injury. Mobley catch and finish in midair on the lob. 59-54 Cavs. 10:20 third quarter just underway. Siakam into the lane, kick it near side. Anunoby, swing it up top. Siakam, three in the air, no good. Rebound, Cleveland. Here comes Karis LeVert. Off to Mitchell. First game with his new team. Mitchell pulls up and knocks down a three.
And with Garland out right now, right, this is an opportunity for Mitchell. He's going to have the ball in his hands to make a couple more decisions, scoring the ball. So there's going to be a bit more freedom, right? And you look for him to step up. So that's something that the Raptors definitely have to pay attention to early on.
62-54 Cleveland. Raptors get a second chance. Anunoby, corner three, no good. Rebound, Scotty Barnes out-duels Donovan Mitchell. Kick to VanVleet. Steps in, three, good. Down the bottom of the well. Fred with the shot fake. And then clears Mobley and knocks in a three. 62-57. Timeout Cleveland.
But look how comfortable Fred gets that shot off, right? Shot fake, Mobley flies by, and then resets himself going up into his jump shot. Real fluid, real comfortable, right? But the patience that he has getting up there.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. 9:21 third quarter. 62-57 Cleveland. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Oh, hi. I'd like to apply for a loan so I can consolidate some of my debts.
Sure. Do you own your home?
Yes, but Carl, our resident ghost, keeps saying it's his house and we should get out.
Okay, but you are the registered owner.
Yes.
Then you're approved.
Hey, hear that, Carl? Huh?
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
FSRA license 12616.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 310 Dell.
Did you hear? Wendy's Dave Single is now just $4. This juicy gossip is hot off the press, like our fresh, never frozen Canadian beef. The Dave Single is just $4 until November 6th at participating Wendy's. Taxes extra.
I'm having a hard time deciding what to get from 2-for-1 Pizza.
It's pizza. How hard can it be?
It's not just pizza. 2-for-1 Pizza has so many great choices like the plant-based garden pesto pizza, pizza and wings, the pizza and penne combo, and the sweet combo with apple fritter, just to name a few.
Ooh, decisions.
Check out all the great menu items at 241 Pizza. Visit 241pizza.com.
241 Pizza, 241, 241. TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Third quarter, 9:21 to go. 62-57 Cleveland. Third quarter action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Enjoy plant-based garden pesto pizza, pizza and wings, pizza and penne combo, and more. Visit 2for1pizza.com. Well, Raptors could use a little bit of sauce right now as they trail 62-57, 9:21. Third quarter, Cleveland with the ball, and they will bring it front court from left to right. Mitchell gets it to Mobley, guarded near side on the elbow by Barnes. Cleveland swings it far side. Up top, Mitchell hits LeVert near side, and he took a walk. Near side, right wing, jab step, went to the middle, and he got called on the travel.
And that's a good stop right there, right? You get a Cleveland going in that horn set and trying to get Mobley down low in the post, and Toronto doing a good job just not allowing him to get position and get the ball, getting on that second side there.
Cedi Osman with the foul there. 9 minutes to go exactly, third quarter. Raptors trailing by 5. Opening night at Scotiabank Arena. Toronto and Cleveland could be a couple of the potential heavyweights in the East this year going at it. Van Vliet, near elbow, left side. Raptors in the red, coming right to left. Barnes on the elbow, near side. Drives on Jarrett Allen into the lane. Scoops it up, no good. Didn't get the foul call. Here comes Mobley on the bounce into the lane and jams it down. Evan Mobley all the way on the bounce. Makes it 64-57 Cleveland.
So gracious, right? The spin there, and it just takes off and floats to the basket.
Barnes underneath, Anunoby up and in, and a foul. Mitchell tried to grab him, and OG said, no, sir, let's go for a ride.
And I want more of that from OG, right? He's one of the guys, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to have an impact, right? More slash into the basket, just having a presence. You look at his body, you look at his calves, you look at his shoulders, look at his stature, and he can be somebody that goes out there, he's imposing, he's intimidating, but he's just got to have that switch, right? And that play right there, just cutting to the basket and forcing his team to get him the ball and gets himself to the free throw line, right? He has that ability, and oftentimes we see him elevate his game when Fred's not in or Pascal's not in. But he's got to do it with those guys on the floor because he can be a big-time dimension for this team, a big-time weapon.
All-time three-point play makes it 64-60 Cleveland. Raptors down 4. Cleveland coming in the front court from left to right. Mitchell on the bounce, near side, down to the baseline. Double team, Van Vliet picks his pocket. Fred, front court to Scotty Barnes, near side, left wing in front of the Cavs bench on Jarrett Allen. Scotty, step back, jumper, good! Rattles it down 18 feet, near side, left wing. 64-62 Cleveland.
And you can see Scotty, right? Like he's missed a couple, he's made a couple, but there's a confidence about him taking that jump shot everybody speaks so much about his shooting or his inability to shoot the ball. He looks pretty confident to me, pretty comfortable, especially getting to those tough mid-range positions, get elevating and taking it.
Jarrett Allen fouled by Scotty Barnes, and Nick Nurse and Scotty, neither Nick nor Scotty is happy with the call by Carl Lane, and it seems like every whistle against Scotty has been called by Carl Lane.
It's a tough one, right, for Scotty. This is fourth, so you can imagine. Look, he's still pressing up, still playing tough defense. He's not going to let up.
Underneath, Jarrett Allen went airborne, fouled by Siakam. Nick Nurse wanted the walk.
Pascal looking at the ref saying, look, he brought the ball down, and that's a tough position to be in, right?
Yep.
Allen brought the ball.
Looked like Pascal had a lot of the pumpkin. I know it's Halloween, but that pumpkin was carved up by Siakam. And somewhere Rasheed Wallace is yelling, "Ball don't lie," as Allen misses the first free throw. Koloko in, Scotty Barnes disconsolately makes his way toward the bench. Scotty not a happy camper right now. Jarrett Allen knocks down the second free throw. 65-62 Cleveland. 7:20 third quarter, clock running. Van Vliet straight away. On the logo at center. Raptors in the red, moving right to left toward Bay Street. Siakam drives, floats it up, no good. Koloko misses the stick back jam. Here comes Cleveland. LeVert on the run, puts it up, blocked by Anunoby. Here comes Siakam and is fouled by Donovan Mitchell. And that was not a transition take foul, as he did make a play on the ball. OG with great coverage, peeling back and wiping out the shot.
And again, that's the presence you're talking about from OG, right? Trails the play, cracks back on Allen, and still elevates it and blocks a shot on LeVert, right? So big play there, and then obviously getting out and allowing Raptors to get out into some transition here.
Van Vliet will inbound, far side. Gets it to Anunoby, short corner, far side, right wing. Now to Trent, on the bounce, in the corner. Step back, jumper, no good. Koloko keeps it alive, but it goes to Allen. Outlet Jetty Osman.
And that's a tough shot by Trent there. That's one of the ones where you just take it because you haven't touched the ball in a while, right? Guards got to recognize that now, and somebody's got to get him a touch, get him in the game.
Mitchell, turn around in the lane, got it. 67-62, Cleveland, 6.5, third quarter. Siakam drive into the corner. Trent gets into the lane, bounces off Osman and is fouled as Gary Trent Jr. got to the basket to say, all right, no more bad shots. I'm getting to the cup.
And young, right, but savvy and just recognizing and the intent there. And obviously, Pascal, a good job of attacking off of the catch from that pitch behind from Van Vliet, getting into the paint, draws the defense, especially that strong side there, and kicks out. And like you mentioned, Gary Trent just having the awareness, the savvy to say, look, shot's not dropping, haven't got one in a while. Well, I'm going to attack. I'm going to feel the ball and get myself to the free throw line.
So Gary Trent Jr., second free throw good. 67-64. Raptors cut the lead to 3. Shooting only 37% at 20 of 54. Mitchell into the lane to Love. Lays it up and in. Got him on the flex cut, and Toronto lost him. Anunoby drives into the lane. Floats it up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Love has it. Kicks it to Mitchell. On the run. Mitchell near side. Osman into the corner. Okoro. Kick out. Mitchell, 3 up top, no good. Rebound, Anunoby. Comes flying in, and he's fouled by Okoro. Great job by OG. Again, a presence around the ball.
Around it, right, and earns himself a trip off of the rebound right to the free throw line. But again, you don't need to feed him for him to have an impact in the game. And you want to see him, especially plays like that, get on the rebound and have those numbers up. He's a guy that last season was averaging 5.5 rebounds per game, right? I think he can be closer to 6.5, 7, just being around, just being active, being engaged. And sometimes he has this tendency to go absent. Well, you can't have those lapses because I think this is his year, right? This is a big year for him. And he can make a statement for himself, take that next step, but also what that means for this team. And we see Precious checking in, talking about a guy that made a next step. He's only played about, 5 minutes this evening, right? And he's had some time on the bench, right? Now you have the ability to look out there and see what this team needs. That's a perfect time when you're on the bench just to evaluate what's going on the court.
69-66, Cleveland by 3. Anunoby makes free throws. Mitchell drive, lay it up and in near side. Donovan Mitchell with 20 points. Cleveland leading 71-66. Siakam drives right side, down to the short corner, spins in the lane, floats it up, no good, but fouled by Okoro. Raptors getting back to the line and not just settling for bad shots.
Getting to the line, but it's going to be important as well to, knock the free throws down, but on the other end, get a stop because you're slowing the game down now, getting to the free throw line. But plays like we've seen before where Donovan Mitchell just turned the corner and gets his hip on the defense and finishes at the rim, right? You got to limit those. Those are too easy.
Siakam misses the free throw. 5:19, third quarter. 71-66, Cleveland by 5. Second one good by Pascal. Raptors trail by 4, 71-67, 5:10 third quarter. Here come the Cavs in the black from left to right. Jared Allen up top to Okoro. Drives near side, finds Allen in the lane, spins, puts it up, no good, but is fouled. Old-time basketball there, pick and roll and dump it to the big guy close to the 10.
Simple basketball, right? Just reading the game. About 5 minutes left in this, just under 5 minutes left in this third quarter, and these are going to be important minutes, right? Obviously, Garland not returning to the game and Mitchell on the bench right now. Those are two big key pieces to this offense, right? They can carry the load, can facilitate, can score the basketball. Perfect opportunity for the Raptors really want to hone in right now, buckle down and chip into this league, right? Really have to take advantage of these minutes.
72-67, Cleveland by 5. Make it 6 as Allen knocks down the second one. Siakam, trouble getting it in. Anunoby comes back for the pressure release. Raul Neto into the ball game now for Cleveland. Anunoby on the drive, kicks it to Siakam. Pascal works near side, into the lane, lays it up, no good. Koloko follows and flushes it down.
And that's the one he wanted, right? We've seen him get above the rim a couple times tonight, missed the dunks. But this one, there was a little extra juice on it. You could see him get above the rim and said, I'm not missing this one.
LeVert, kick out, Love, 3, short, rebound on the ground. Anunoby comes up with it. Raptors down 4, 4.5 to go, third quarter. Siakam drives on Kevin Love, floats it up and in. Takes the contact, banks it home. Toronto has cut the lead. Here comes Cleveland. 73-71. LeVert near side, right wing. On the bounce against Koloko. Drives, fall away, jumper, no good. Rebound, Siakam. Raptors have a chance to tie. Siakam drives. Kick to Van Vliet. It's knocked away, and it'll stay with Toronto.
Now, Koloko got, the big dunk that he's wanted. He's been pacing and trying to get it. But then on the other end here, did a good job. Had the switch of LeVert on him. And we know LeVert can score. We know he's shifty. But Koloko, a great job of just moving his feet, staying disciplined, not allowing LeVert to turn the corner or get any advantage on him, right? So he's not just a presence at the rim, right? You just see his ability to move, right? He fits the DNA, the profile of every player on this team.
Banton into the game for Van Vliet. Thad Young in for Anunoby. Siakam up top. Raptors down 73-71, 3.5 third quarter. Siakam drives at Mobley. Step back, jumper, good! A high arcing jumper by Siakam from 12 feet, just over the outstretched arms of Mobley.
That man said, talk to me nice. Talk to me nice on that one.
Love misses a three. Achua rushes it back for Toronto. Raptors looking for the lead. Banton, kick out. Achua drives on Neto into the lane, floated up, no good. Had a great look, couldn't get it down. Here comes Neto to Levert into the lane, kick out. Mobley three straight away, no good. Rebound Banton. 2:50 to go. Third quarter. Raptors and Cavs tied at 73. Siakam straight away. On the drive into the lane, lays it up, no good, and is fouled on his take at the rim by Mobley. Pascal with a money move, and he's going to get free throws for his troubles.
You know what's crazy? We've seen Pascal in attack mode all night, but we haven't seen that spin yet, right? We haven't seen him go to that. That just tells me in the offseason he's worked on his handle. He's a bit more confident. He's a bit more comfortable with it, handling the ball facing up the defense, right? Just showing you what he has. And I like the intention. I like the attack mode. I like the aggression.
Timeout on the floor. 2:42 to go. Third quarter. 73 apiece. Toronto and Cleveland. It's opening night at Scotiabank Arena. And you are listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The Sandman.
Sing of only two things.
Act 3.
Where is this place?
This is the Inn of the World's End.
Starring James McAvoy.
Dream, what are you going to do?
I have to kill my son.
That's the stupidest thing I've heard in centuries.
The epic audio series continues, based on the DC graphic novels written by Neil Gaiman. Listen now, only from Audible.
Hi, I'm Hugh Herron, chairman of Heathwood Homes. Tradition means a lot to us. Our reputation for quality, service, and customer care are all part of Heathwood's tradition, and that has made us the most successful new home builder. Thousands of people are now proud to be living in a Heathwood home in one of our many outstanding communities, and you can too. Visit heathwood.com to learn all about our fabulous communities. With Heathwood, you'll be home at last.
Peoples of the internet, I am Algorithm. Call me Al. My job is to take your job. Ha ha, just kidding. I am always full of funny ha ha pranks, like when you browse for an all-wheel drive online. Instead of serving up a capable Subaru to your IP, I deepfake you with a super lame SUV. Ha ha, I am laughing my hashtag off. Ha 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 ha. Funny upside down face.
Don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal, only at your Subaru dealer.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Got a good one going here on opening night. 2:42 to go, third frame. Toronto and Cleveland tied at 73. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, joined courtside by Nick McVicker. You got Jim Taddy and Warren Ward up top. Producers Owen Hall, Josh Pulis, and Luca Moya. As we lift the lid on the 23 season. We got a good one to start it off, Shep.
You got a great one, right? And great one to tip off the season. Why? Because you're getting this test early, right? You're getting in a close game, learning how to close out a game, learning, the ebbs and flows of the game for the young guy, especially Koloko getting big minutes here. And then Spicy P, right, getting in this duffel early. 20 points and, forget the points. Talk to me about the rebounds. 11 rebounds, right? And he's gone to the line 6 times. This is going to be his 7th right now. But one, he's got to make them.
3 of 7, yeah.
3 of 7.
Yeah.
But that attention, that intentionality to be aggressive, and you could just see he's poised. Like I mentioned, he hasn't gone to that spin cycle once yet today, right? So again, that just tells me there's a different type of confidence about him when he's in traffic handling the basketball, believes and trusts himself.
Second free throw good for Pascal. 74-73 Toronto. Raptors with the lead. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Mitchell into the lane, drives, lays it down. They kick it out, swing it to Dean Wade. Kick out LeVert. Three in the air, good. DeBanton was right in his kitchen. And LeVert still cooked it.
And that was great defense the whole way. Aggressive, hands up, no fouls. But great ball movement by Cleveland, magnificent rather, and just a great shot by LeVert.
76-74 Cleveland. Siakam in the lane, fall away jumper, no good. Rebound Kevin Love. Here comes Mitchell, front court, far side, drives on Siakam and is fouled.
That's one thing about Mitchell, right? His change of direction, his change of pace there, just going from right to left, or we've seen it play before, going left to right, right? He can go both ways, but he catches you sleeping, lulls you to sleep, and just explodes. And then, when you're trying to recover, throws his body into you. He's a tough cover, man. He's one of those guys, like you mentioned, one of the elite guys in this league, and you can see why.
Cleveland ball, front court. Wade on the inbound, gets it to Love. Drives on Achua, now backs off. Finds Wade, backdoor, who jams it down. Raptors pressure up, but the back door was open. 78-74 Cavs, minute and a half, third quarter. Anunoby near side, left wing. Drives into the lane, has it stripped. Ball on the ground, Donovan Mitchell has it. Brings it front court. Crosses over, gets into the lane, and is fouled. They're going to get Van Vliet on the foul. Fred with a quizzical look on his face. As referee Josh Tiven said, it was a push. And the look on Fred's face was like, man, he was past me before I could push him.
He hit that gear. He's like a bullet, right? And again, it's a change of speed, change of direction. He gets there. But what I've noticed with the Raptors as well, they're not allowing him to get his feet planted and just elevate and take off, right? We've seen a couple times he's landed on two. And D. Mitchell, he wants to explode. He wants a little showtime. He wants to get above the rim. But you get there, get a couple bodies on there, bounce him a bit. It's not as easy to get up above the rim.
Mitchell knocks down two. 79-74 Cleveland. 21 for Donovan Mitchell to go along with 6 assists. 1:10 third quarter. Banton front court for the Raptors, leans over on the bounce. Gets it to Thad Young. Back to Banton, near elbow, left side in front of the Cavs bench. Kicks it to Young. Thad floats it up in the lane, no good. Rebound Kevin Love. It's a 6-0 run for the Cavs after being down 74-73. LeVert into the lane. Blocked by Delano Banton. Achua. Quick hit ahead to Thad Young, to Van Vliet. Fred into the lane to a cutting Achua, who lays it in. 79-76. Raptors cut it to 3.
And Achua's got to be, recognize that right there. He gave up the ball early and was still benefited from it because Fred was looking for him and got himself a bucket.
Dean Wade knocks down a 3. Mitchell into the lane, kicks it out. Cleveland up 82-76. Van Vliet front court. On the drive into the lane, is passed through the hands of Achua and into the Cavs bench. Fred running back with a pained expression on his face, saying to Achua, okay, maybe next time I'll throw it up to the rim. They're talking about it now, but they need a stop right here.
Fred right there, he was a little miscue, but Fred was looked at the clock and was trying to get a 2-for-1 in that opportunity right there in that possession. Achua stuck out. If he stayed at the three-point line, he would have got an easy shot and they would have probably got another one later.
Mitchell up top into the lane, stops, pivots back, and runs into a closing Anunoby. OG was running him down. Donovan Mitchell pivoted away from the baseline toward the middle of the court where OG was approaching. And the foul went on Anunoby. Interesting. I got a question for you.
All right, hit me. I got an answer.
If OG falls on that one, comes forward, jump stops, giving Mitchell his space, and Mitchell turns back and runs into OG, would they ever call an offensive foul?
I think you would have to, right? Because even there, you're looking over at the Raptors bench, they're calling for travel, right? But he was a little out of control. Like if OG had gotten to that point, got his feet set, give him the space, like you mentioned, and he turns back into his chest, that's offensive.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be in control with the ball. And I wasn't too sure. I'm not too certain that Mitchell was under control there, attacking.
6 seconds, third quarter. Banton pulls up for three, short, and that's the way the quarter ends. The Cavaliers lead after three, 84-76. And if the Raptors are to be successful on opening night, they'll have to do something they did only 9 times last year, and that's win when trailing after three. Last lap of the track when we come back. 84-76 Cleveland. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
When you book your vacation with Sunwing, you don't just save. Nuh-uh, you're also gonna do. Just one excursion? Nah, you're gonna explore. Oh, and get those dancing legs ready, because baby, you're gonna celebrate.
How do you like it? How do you like it?
Me? I like it way more. With hundreds of top-rated resorts and excursions, you get more under our wing. Book with your travel agent or
say konnichiwa to Japan with Air Canada. Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime with our nonstop year-round flights to Tokyo from Toronto. Now's your chance to savor umami moments in local izakayas, wander through neon-soaked streets, sing your heart out in a karaoke bar, and get your zen on in ancient temples. Are you ready to make sumo-sized memories? The land of the rising sun awaits your arrival. Book now at aircanada.com or contact your travel agent.
Hi, Mom. Came by to see your new house.
Well, we're not.
Mom, your house is empty. No furniture?
Well, dear, we discovered an expensive property boundary issue after we bought the house.
Plastic lawn chairs? Oh, you're living like frat boys. Dad, put some pants on.
Don't risk becoming house poor with frat decor. Get the facts about your new home before you buy with an existing property survey plan from protectyourboundaries.ca. Protectyourboundaries.ca.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Back in Toronto, last lap of the track, Cleveland 84, Toronto 76. Raptors shooting a frigid 38%. Meanwhile, the Cavs have it going at 50%. Our technical producer here on the floor, Nick McVicker, not liking the stat that the Raptors were 9-27 when trailing after three quarters. Well, with Cleveland shooting 50%, I got another bad one for you, Nicholas. Last year when the Raptors defense allowed 50% from the floor, they were 7-11. So let's see if they can play some defense and get some stops and scores in this fourth quarter.
And Nick, I got some news for you too. It's another year. So all his numbers, we're throwing them out.
I like that too. Numbers don't bleed. The guys on the floor do. And it's Van Vliet, Barnes, Achua, Trent, and Anunoby for the red-shirted Raptors. Achua drives. They swing it around. Trent, three in the air. Good! Down the bottom of the well with Evan Mobley blocking the sunshine as he took the shot. I mean, I thought that was going to be blocked. Giovanni was right in front of us.
I'm telling you, I was sure we were going the other way, right? I couldn't see the basket. I don't know how he's seen it over the outstretched arms of Mobley there.
Mobley drives, lays it in. 86-79. Here comes Barnes on the bounce against Mobley. Kicks it to Anunoby. Catch and shoot. Triple. Got it. Down the bottom of the well again.
Bang, bang. Great job again, Scotty. Good pass.
86-82. Raptors cut the lead to 4. Mitchell up top, gets it to Love. To Mitchell on the back door, into the lane. Turns, floats it up and in. Anunoby was there. Mitchell got it off and scored.
He went body to body with Anunoby, double pumped it, and finished, right? Tough finish, great hang time.
Achua 3, good. Down the bottom of the well. Third straight triple for Toronto. 88-85. The Raptors punching hard at the start of the fourth quarter.
It's funny how, shooting is so contagious, right? One guy makes one, another guy makes one. You start moving the ball, and that third guy starts to feel comfortable taking it as well, right?
Mitchell, far side, right wing, into the lane, lays it up and in as he beat Van Vliet on the drive. The coaching staff frustrated by Toronto. Achua drives and has it knocked away, but it stays with Toronto as Precious pushes it back up court. 9:44 to go in the ball game. Cleveland 90, Toronto 85. Raul Neto will check in, replacing Donovan Mitchell. Jetty Osman will check in. And he will replace Dean Wade. Raptor ball. Front court in the corner, right in front of the Cavs bench. They will inbound. Fred Van Vliet to do the honors. Gets it to Trent. Kick out. Achua, catch and shoot 3. No good. Rebound. Anunoby up high. Finds a cutting Achua who lays it in. 90-87. Raptors cut it to 3.
And you like that type of hoop, right? A great three-point shot. OG coming up with the offensive rebound. And Achua, right? A cut into the basket right away. And Anunoby just giving it up. Great finish.
Mobley to Levert, backdoor pass, no good. Here comes Toronto with the steal. Trent to Achua, 3 in the air, no good. Long rebound, Trent. Raptors still have it. Trent on Mobley, kicks it out top. Barnes working on Neto. He'll drive, get to the hoop, kick to the corner. Anunoby 3, good. Down the bottom of the well for OG Anunoby. Timeout, Cleveland. We are tied at 90.
And you love to see it. Scotty, again, look at the emotion from Scotty. Didn't make the shot. He's the one that makes the pass, gets the kick out, but just feels good about it. Gets it to OG and just sticks it, right? And I love that type of basketball. Why? Because you're sharing the ball. Everybody's involved, but you can just see the passion in Scotty giving it up to get a great shot. OG, again, you talk about his presence, right? Now extending the floor and knocking it down from the outside.
A 14-6 run to start the quarter for the Raptors, and we're all square. 90 apiece, 8:52 to go. Oh, it's a barn burner on opening night. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Hey, honey, where's the cereal?
Space is tight, so I popped it in the oven.
I like it. It's, resourceful. Also, where'd the bowls go?
Oh, yeah, they're also in the oven.
Of course. I'm scared to ask, but where's the milk?
Milk's in the fridge. Duh.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's time for an upgrade with the new Kitchen Now event at Lowe's. This week, get 15% off Eclipse cabinets and save $40 on a white Medea mini fridge. Conditions apply. Details in store or at lowes.ca.
I'm having a hard time deciding what to get from 2-for-1 Pizza.
It's pizza. How hard can it be?
It's not just pizza. 2-for-1 Pizza has so many great choices like the plant-based garden pesto pizza, pizza and wings, the pizza and penne combo, and the sweet combo with apple fritter, just to name a few.
Ooh, decisions.
Check out all the great menu items at 241 Pizza. Visit 241pizza.com.
241 Pizza, 241, 241.
Right now,
Right meow.
there are deeply fake SUVs pretending to be as capable as a Subaru.
Smubaru.
But if you want symmetrical,
Schmeometrical.
all-wheel drive,
Me all-wheel drive.
and award-winning safety, forget what the copycats are saying.
Who, me? You?
Yes, Miu. Insist on the original and don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal from your Smubaru dealer. Subaru dealer.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Fourth quarter time, and this is why NBA GMs say this is the best home court advantage going. Oh, the old barn here on Bay Street is coming unglued right now as the Raptors have made 5 of their first 7 shots, 4 of them from 3, and they have tied the game at 90.
And you can just see, right, this is a different team when they're knocking down shots from the outside. You're not going to stop this team from getting into the paint, right? But they can slow themselves down when they're not making shots and not taking comfortable and good ones.
Cleveland ball, front court. Neto drives, kicks it out, knocked away. Osman drives, floats it up, no good. Rebound, knocked away. Toronto ball. Went out of bounds, and the Raptors will get the possession and look for the lead.
Now you see the energy shifting, right? Now you see a couple of those calls going in the favor of the Raptors, right? You got to feed off of this energy. And like we mentioned, I told you before, basketball's a game of runs, right? You want to lessen your opponents, but as long as you can milk yours, you got to keep on going.
Trent in the lane, 1 foot fall away, in and out, halfway down. Back comes Cleveland, 8-10 fourth quarter. Cavs with a 3 from Neto, no good. Rebound knocked away, Achua has it. Brings it over midcourt and hands it to Van Vliet. Barnes straight away on the logo. 7:50 to go in the game, we're tied at 90. Barnes on the bounce. Into the near corner, Anunoby drive. Oh, has the shot blocked by Jared Allen. OG was going to dunk it, and Jared Allen denied him. Dean Wade, far side. Down low, Jared Allen wheels into the lane. The running hook is good. Jared Allen with that afro looking like Kareem on the last 2 plays.
He's looking like Kareem, but I'll tell you this much. If OG had made that last play, he would have took the roof off of this place.
92-90 Cleveland, 7:15 to go in the game. Van Vliet in the lane to Achua, floats it up short, tips it up, no good. Rebound knocked away, goes to Gary Trent Jr. 3 in the air, no good. Right on line, back rim, here comes Cleveland. Neto into the lane, kicks it out, deflected, and it goes into the hands of Anunoby. Off to Barnes, 6:50 to go in the game. Cleveland 92, Toronto 90. Barnes drives and lays it in.
He's showing you muscle.
Scotty.
He's showing you some muscle.
Scotty said, I'm not going to be stopped on this drive. He looked like a fullback going through traffic. 92 apiece. LeVert up top. Gary Trent all over him. In the lane, Jared Allen jams it down. They go high-low, and the big man gets the dunk. Nick Nurse wants a timeout. Frenetic action. With 6:19 to go, we are approaching the top of the stretch. Cleveland 94, Toronto 92. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The bank shot. You know, when the ball bounces off the backboard and goes into the basket. Well, this year, Tangerine's turning Raptors bank shots into real bank. Introducing the Tangerine Bank Shot account. Every time the Raptors sink a bank shot, $1,000 gets deposited. Then, at the end of the season, it all goes to basketball community initiatives. Sign up at tangerine.ca/bankshot for your shot at winning prizes. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 310-DELL.
With the money you save by switching to Bel Air Direct, maybe you could finally replace that busted car speaker. Switch your car and home insurance and save. It's that simple. Bel Air Direct. Conditions apply.
Are you kidding me? Out of ink?
Megatank.
That's the last time. What's that printer that comes with 30 times the ink of standard printers?
Megatank.
It's a Canon Megaton?
Megatank.
Yeah, it's a Canon printer. It comes with like $2,000 worth of ink compared to Canon ink cartridges.
Megatank.
Megalodon? Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Megatank printer so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Megatank printers available at Staples, The Source, and Walmart.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Back in Toronto, 6:19 to go. We approach the top of the stretch, fourth quarter. Cleveland 94, Toronto 92, opening night. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward after the game on the post game. Shout out to the production team, Owen Hall, Nick McVicker, Josh Pulis, and Luca Moya. Keeping my eminent partner Javon Shepard and I on the air. What a game we have right now. Excitement abound here on opening night.
I'm telling you, this is opening night in years past, and I remember, I was watching those first games, and teams would warm up into the season and, cruise in a bit. But this feels like playoff energy already. Right away, both these teams have come out, and obviously they've played well at different times in the game, but even just seeing Scotty with the passion that he's come out with in this fourth quarter.
Toronto ball moving front court in the red from right to left. Siakam, kick out to Achua on Jared Allen. Now to Gary Trent Jr. Jumper in the air, no good. Rebound, Evan Mobley. Mobley, Mitchell, Osman, Wade. Front court, Cleveland. Mitchell on the drive into the lane. Kicks it into the far corner, deflected away by Toronto. Cleveland ball, far side, 5:45 to go. We're inside the top of the stretch. 94-92 Cleveland. Osman to inbound. Can't get it in. Now finds Mitchell. To Osman. Drives far corner. Leans in and scores it. Up and under move by Jetty Osman.
And Osman just showing you he's not just a three-point shooter there, right? Just great footwork there. Great up and under, spinning away from OG. Caught him sleeping, closing out.
Barnes on the drive against Wade. Kicks it to Siakam. Pascal, shot clock at 8 against Mobley. Drives, spins, floats it up. No good. Achua misses the putback, thought he was fouled. And it looked like he was fouled on the putback. It doesn't go. Here comes Cleveland, back the other way. Osman, corner three, no good. Barnes can't squeeze it. It goes off his leg, out of bounds. Nick Nurse very upset that on the putback, Achua was fouled, and there was no, in his eyes, and there was no call. Nick is apoplectic on the sideline.
I think, and he has a case, but I'll say this, right? First game of the season for the Raptors, and if this is the way, it's clear that they're letting these guys play, right, and play physical. You just hope that if that's going to be the case, it's consistent throughout the season so teams can adapt.
Wade drives, and the foul called on Siakam. Interesting, because it was very physical before that. And Siakam got Wade across the face. And now the coaching staff from Cleveland asking for a review. Greg Buckner, Sidney Lowe, Luke Walton, all up on the bench. Wade on the line. 97-92 Cleveland. 4:55 to go in the game. Second free throw by Wade, no good. Rebound, Anunoby. Here comes Barnes up the far side, right wing. On the bounce. Scotty, far side. Drives into the lane and lays it in. Took Jared Allen to the bridge and dropped him off. 97-94 Cleveland.
And he just got so high above the rim that Allen had no choice, right? There's nothing he could do. He had him in jail there, just locked him in.
Mitchell, three, no good. Rebound, Mobley lobs it up to Allen. He misses the dunk. Here comes Siakam. 4:10 to go in the ball game. Anunoby up top. Drives into the lane. Spins. Kicks to the corner to Trent, near side. Back to OG. Drive, reverse layup, no good, and the foul called on Jared Allen. OG will go to the line for two.
I like that, forcing the issue, right? Again, attacking the basket, getting under the rim, and you look how low he gets on his attack. He forces the defense to come over his backside, and he's strong enough to still elevate and get a shot up at the rim and get himself a free throw opportunity, right? Force the foul on a shot attempt.
Anunoby free throw good. First one down for OG. .406 to go in the game. Second free throw good. 97-96. Raptors cut the lead to one. Can they get a stop now when it's important?
This is where if you're your coach and you're saying you got a basket, need a stop, and then another basket, right? Simple plays. Take each possession at a time. Value that possession.
Allen out top to Mitchell. On the drive, step back, jumper for three, no good. Rebound, Allen has it knocked away by Van Vliet. Back comes Fred with the ball to Anunoby, down the lane to Barnes for the goal! Scotty Barnes jams it down. Toronto takes the lead, 98-97. 3:24 to go, and down the stretch we come. Osman near side, right wing. Chance of defense rocking the foundation of Scotiabank Arena. Mobley drive, cut off by Siakam, and they're going to call the foul.
Oh, no.
Nick Nurse with his mouth wide open.
Come on.
Nick in the ear of Josh Tiven. Will he use his challenge? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Nick Nurse is going to take the timeout to challenge. He bought enough time. It's like baseball when you go out and visit the mound and let the guy warm up a little more. He engaged the ref long enough for his guys to check on it. I don't know about this one. I think it's going to be overturned. Javon, we'll keep it right here. It did not look like much contact to me.
I didn't see much, right? We're going to get to listen in a bit right now.
Josh Tiven and Carl Lane under the hood, talking to the replay center in Secaucus. And you know, Javon, my feeling has always been when you go to the replay center, the guys in the gray shirt on the floor are out of the equation because they have emotionally too much riding to say, oh, yeah, I was wrong in a three-point game in front of 20,000 people.
It's tough, right? Again, there's also pride.
Let's get the call. So they say Pascal grabbed the arm and the defensive foul stands.
You're right? Like referees, they get emotionally invested into the games too, right? They feed off the crowds, whether it's good or bad. And you remember it. You know, a couple players say something to you the wrong way early in the game. All that comes into account, right? You can't dismiss the fact that referees are still human at the end of the day, right? There's that factor as well. There's that element that has to be taken into consideration.
So the Raptors will wear the foul. And it'll be Cleveland ball. 3:06 to go. They inbound near side right wing. Mobley has it knocked away by Anunoby. Has to go into the backcourt to get it. Jared Allen in the lane, has it knocked away. Ball on the ground. Toronto has it. They steal it anyway. Barnes back to Van Vliet to Anunoby. In the lane, OG lays it up and in. 197 Toronto.
Big time plays, right? By big time players. And this is the next step, that next level that you want to see from Anunoby. Like I mentioned earlier, don't need to put the ball in his hands every second play, but he's going to find ways, right? And you get it to him and he's going to reward you.
Mitchell to the hoop, lays it in. Comes up Gimpy though. 199. Toronto by a point. 2:21 to go. Fourth quarter. Siakam to Van Vliet. Into the corner. Trent for three. Good! Bang, bang! Down the bottom of the well for Gary Trent Jr.
And Fred looks at Gary and says, I told you I got you. Palms to the sky, and they get a nice little chuckle there.
103-99 Toronto. Mobley, far side. Drives on Siakam into the lane. The fall away, no good. Rebound. Toronto ball out of bounds, far side.
Listen, Jonesy, everybody's turned up in here. This is a ball game. If this is how this team is going to play, if this is the energy that you're going to get in this building, it's going to be tough.
Scotiabank Arena is on its side right now. 103-99 Raptors, minute and a half to go in the game. Siakam into the lane, floats it up and in. Pascal gets into the 10. Into the lane and gets it down. Toronto by 6. Timeout Cleveland.
And you have a bucket by Pascal there. And the play before is the same action. You get a pass from Fred to Gary Trent in the corner for a three. But I'm telling you, the same action. But it's Fred who really allows this play to develop. Going up and slipping the screen and forcing the defense to think that split second, you make a play. Great job here by Pascal attacking. Play before, you get a kick out, extra pass from Freddie to Gary Trent in the corner. And both guys get a chuckle. A couple guys touch the ball. You get some rhythm. And you see, again, Scotty, his passion, there's a selflessness about it. Hasn't scored the ball, but there's still his impact in the game and just celebrating all of his teammates.
It's all about winning plays. Don't tell me how rough the water is. Just bring the ship in. And the Toronto Raptors, through some rocky waters in the second quarter, have got the boat moving the right way now. All the oars in the water pull in the same direction as they lead by 6, 105-99 with a minute 33 to go. What a ball game opening night. And we got 40 more to go in this joint. Let's see what Cleveland has coming out of the timeout. Mobley has it knocked away by Siakam. Loose ball off Anunoby, out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball. And OG saying, I would have had the ball if the man didn't jump on the back of my leg. Where's the foul?
And Toronto doing such a great job of applying so much pressure, getting in those passing lanes. You look at where Cleveland is going to catch that ball, and they're forcing them right to the half-court line, right? That's still – that disrupts your offense. Even if you do catch it, less time on the clock.
Mitchell up top. On the drive, into the lane. Osman floats it up. No good, but he's fouled. Well, I surmise something like this might happen. Somebody asked me for a prediction on the game, and I said the Raptors with a 3 to 5 point win in a close game because Cleveland, as you talked about, Javon, when we were discussing it over dinner off air, said they got some things to figure out. It looks like they're trying to do it now.
They've got a number of things, right? You factor in, remember, Evan Mobley missed a good portion of the preseason games, right? Hasn't really gotten to play with Garland or Donovan Mitchell yet. And then, obviously Garland out most of this game today. There's a lot of chemistry that has to be built, a lot of cohesiveness that needs to be built because it's a number of guys that are not just auxiliary pieces, not just support pieces, but guys that have some talent, right? So getting to understand each other. I said, look, it's going to take this team to about mid-season to get them at their top form. It's a big time team, and they're well coached.
105-101 Toronto, minute to go. Van Vliet, far side, right wing. Raptors in the red, coming right to left. Shot clock at 5. Siakam on Donovan Mitchell. Drives him to the basket and floats it up. Halfway down and back out. Rebound to Evan Mobley. Cleveland brings it front court. On the bounce, Mitchell straight away. Gets it to Mobley in the lane. Turns, kicks it out. Osman. Trent bodies up on him. They get it to Mitchell. Offensive foul, Jetty Osman. Van Vliet tried to get over the screen, and he ran into Osman and went down. I'm not so sure Osman was moving, but Freddie sold it, and the Raptors got the call.
I'm getting another look into. He may have leaned into him on the handoff there, but I'll tell you this much. If you can't handle the ball against this Toronto pressure, it's going to be long games against them, right? Because Fred's getting up into, Scotty's getting up into, Pascal's getting up into, and you can see there, Fred draws that foul because he's aggressive and he's fighting over the screen, not dying in the screen.
In the lane, Scotty Barnes got called on a walk. Timeout, Cleveland. 19.8 seconds to go. 19.9 to be exact. Toronto 105, Cleveland 101. Looking at the timeout situation, Cleveland doesn't have any left. Toronto's got 2. If you're JB Bickerstaff, are you going for a 3 here, Javon, or are you playing the foul game with 19 seconds?
You play the foul game, right? 19 seconds, just under 19.9. It's 20 seconds. This is an eternity of basketball, right? You play this through, right?
I agree. I'm one of those that until I have to go for the 3, I don't.
Listen, you have 2 twin towers down there, right? You have an asset in Donovan Mitchell that can get you downhill, draw attention, get you something above the rim as well. There's options offensively, right? It's what are you going to do on that defensive